Welcome back to the Chapter Chats and Chill podcast.
Your cozy reading nook where we talk everything about books, tropes, fave characters, and more. This is Elena.
This is Marwa.
And Emma, and we invite you to get comfortable, grab a cup of tea or coffee, and get ready to enter a world where stories come true.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our fifth episode. We're gonna talk about Once Upon a Broken Heart, spoiler version. But if you want to listen to our non-spoiler version, you can just go back to our last episode and let's get into it. Okay, so girls, let's talk about characters. Which characters do you love the most?
Such a difficult choice.
For me, besides Jax, of course, I really liked Lala, the other
Yes.
fate, which became Evangeline's friend. Like, she's the badass female character I've been waiting for since the beginning of the book. And I love strong female characters. So I really can't wait to read more about her and more about Jax,
Me too.
of course. Especially that we didn't see him that much in this book, in my opinion. I mean, there have been parts where he wasn't present at all, which was a shame because the guy knows how to set the mood. Definitely knows how to set the mood.
He's
so
always there, like underneath.
all sassy and broody and everything. So,
Yeah. I love that Lala actually, as you said, like she's so strong, and even though she's kind of cursed to experience heartbreaks, right? Like she can.
yes.
Yeah.
What was it for her story? Do you remember?
It's like she can't find true love, and
Yeah.
I don't remember how they call her actually, the widowed bride or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, that's
And
true.
she's gonna cry.
Yes,
Yeah,
a lot of
every
tears.
time she's gonna have a heartbreak and she cannot
Yes.
find true love. And
Yeah, but despite that, I think she's so fierce and brave, and she doesn't let that stop her from experiencing love or relationships, which I think is very admirable.
I also really love the part that she became a dress, not a dressmaker, but like how do we call her?
Yes.
A bride dress confectioner or something like that. I don't know. I forgot
Yes.
the name, but
Yes.
she
Her
sells
side job.
Side hustle.
Yeah, see, but I love this fate. Lala is one of the best side character, and actually I'm currently demanding more of Lala, please, in the second book, because I think we should know deeper of her. And also I love the part when the Evangeline was like, oh, but it's kind of, do you like Jack, or you were together? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for you. She was like, no, you didn't understand anything. Actually, we are not together. We have never been something. And she was like, oh, really? Just, like she was just checking out the situation. I was like, yes, girl, you should do it, actually.
Yeah, and she gives her when they go to Chaos's underworld, she like dresses Evangeline up in a very like sassy dress, like really empowering her, which I think is so cute. And it's such a great, well, they started to be friends really from from almost from the moment when Evangeline arrived at the Great North, but also like I think this is one of the pivotal moments of their friendships, like really bonding over dressing up. And no, it's very cute.
True.
And speaking of that part, like I really like the part with the vampires in the middle
Me
of the creepy
too.
mansion when they performed the human transformation
Me
ceremony
too.
and all. And having a fate who's also a vampire, I mean, okay, that's original. What's
Is he
next?
a fate?
Yes, it's actually a
Oh, I
fate.
forgot.
Mm,
Oh,
he's
okay.
a fate. He's both fate and vampire.
Oh, okay.
And that's super badass. I mean,
Yeah, I agree. And I think he is like my favorite villain. Well, besides, of course, like it goes without saying, besides Jax. But I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm the Lulu, but I think Jax, like, he's not really like a villain. I don't know. He's a morally gray character. Let's put it like
Yes.
that. While Chaos, I feel like he's more like into the I'm going to be the villain of the story kind
Yeah, I
of.
think so too.
I don't know.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
maybe I'm forgetting about someone else, like Luke. What do we think of him?
Oh my god! I wasn't expecting him at all at the middle of the book. Like, what the
No.
fuck are
Yeah,
you
what the
doing here,
he's so
dude?
stupid. He's so stupid. I hated him so much. Yeah.
But he says something really, really either cute or cheesy, like you pick. But he says, I was rereading one of the quotes. I will never find it now, but it when he met Evangeline, she was, I think, grieving for her father or her mom or both of her parents. She was grieving, and he goes into the shop and he kind of says like, I don't know if I can fix your broken
Oh,
heart,
okay.
but you can
I have it.
have mine because it is already yours, or something like
Yeah.
that. And it was
Yes,
like,
that was
ooh,
cute.
I
this
also
is
underlined
cute.
that quote.
Yes, same.
But if it was Jack saying that, it would be like 100% better.
Yeah, stones.
Definitely.
But
Yeah.
then there is no going back from what he says. Like, I think, it's for a good part of the book, I didn't really blame Luke because he was under a spell. But I also think he probably, like, I don't want to say he's like a weak character because there's too much judgment in that, but also like he doesn't have such a strong will. Like, I think when his curse is broken, and then he becomes like he's almost becoming a vampire and he wants to hurt Evangeline. So at that point, I was like, no, I mean, maybe it wasn't even the curse 100%. Maybe it was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was not the one.
No,
He
what
doesn't
was
have
that?
a strong will. Like,
No.
no.
And that's a
Yeah.
little bit like disappointing. But also I feel, you know what? This book like is really good at making you feel the emotions of the main characters, especially Evangeline, I think. Like I was so disappointed in him and was kind of hoping as she was that by freeing him under the, underworld or however it's called, that he would kind of redeem himself or just at least not try to kill her immediately after, like 1 second after. But yeah, I mean, there's much more to her story besides Luke, which is amazing. Like, I love that.
Yeah. And also Luke broke her heart 2 times.
Yeah.
First time because of the marriage, and second time because he was
Mhm.
so stupid and a stupid vampire.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
he should be the Prince of Hearts. Like, no, the Prince of Broken Hearts, rather.
Mm.
True. And we still don't know why Jack is the prince of broken heart, of a
Is
broken
he?
heart, right?
He's the Prince of Hearts, I think, right? Or Broken
Yes,
Heart?
yes, hearts,
Okay,
hearts,
oh,
just hearts.
true.
This is interesting.
Just
No,
yeah,
but
because
this is
because
it. Yes, it's interesting because there's so much talk about broken hearts, right?
mm,
But maybe there's hope. I don't know.
because he had a broken heart. That's why he
Yes,
became
actually,
okay.
it's not that he has a broken heart. It's like he doesn't have a heart, and his heart will start beating once he finds his true love.
Mm,
Mhm.
mm, mm.
That's why I think they call him the Prince of
But
Hearts.
his heart actually starts beating just a little bit during the book, right? After he meets Evangeline. There was some
Like in the
reference, I
first
think.
book.
I'm not sure.
I think actually the reference is to. Wait, do you want me to spoil Caraval to you or not? But actually, it's
No.
No,
you've already been spoiled in the book, like
But we don't
because
know.
no.
they they
No,
Yeah,
mention
because of
please.
it.
The
What?
princess, yeah, the princess.
Yeah, they mention it they briefly mention it at the beginning.
Scarlett e Donatella, right? It's Stella
Yes.
something.
It's Stella, yeah. It's Donatella who
Oh
broke his heart.
no. That was one of my questions. Like, what the F did happen between her and
I
Jax?
really don't remember much of the Caraval series. I have to reread it, like I really do. But um if I understood correctly, like she broke his heart and she banished him from the realm to the Magnificent North.
She's so cruel.
Him,
Yeah.
no,
I
because
could never.
she had a fight with another fate was the
Mm,
bad villain in the Caraval series, and so she banished all the fates, including Jax. Like he was a
mm.
collateral damage. So
He deserves better.
definitely,
For
yeah.
him.
Mm.
Um, okay. Well, Elena, what's your favorite character?
I think Evangeline.
Mm,
I really like. I was really into her characters since page 1 when she talked
mhm.
about her heartbreak. I don't know. She just got me like really quickly. It was
Yeah.
so easy to get lost in the page with her.
Mm. Yeah,
And my
I agree.
worst, my worst, the one that I ate the most was Marisol.
I
No.
What?
I hated her
Yeah.
too. I'm sorry, but
Really?
I hated her too
What to
from the
say about
beginning.
her? Yeah, didn't like her
Yeah,
from page 1.
same.
Sorry, because
Mm,
for like I was sorry about for her mother, but it's not
Mm,
enough of an excuse to compensate the fact that
yeah.
she's a really shitty person.
mm.
Mm.
I
I
didn't like
don't
it. And
know. Like she likes to play the victim. At least that what it feels like. And I don't know. She's always crying and playing like the poor
yeah,
little girl. And she looked so greedy right from the start.
Mm,
And
yeah,
plus, it was obvious that she was jealous of Evangeline. I mean, it
agree.
was
mm, true.
For sure.
really, really obvious.
Mhm.
So, mm,
Yeah, I agree with all of your points. But I don't really hate her. I think she is really immature, but she was also like abused emotionally by her mother, which I think explains a little bit her like desire to take things from Evangeline because she's, as you said, like jealous of her. It's not an excuse. I agree 100%. I think maybe she could redeem herself in the future, like with some therapy, maybe. But no, I mean, they're also like very, very young, I believe, right? So maybe she can grow and learn from her mistakes. And I think, like, deep down, Evangeline might be open to forgiving her for what she did. Um, I don't know, like I'm always so careful when there are like these types of dynamics with female characters in books because I see so often they are the ones that people say, oh, I hate this character because they are this and that, and that's, I mean, that's fair enough, but I also think we're so much more forgiving towards male characters sometimes, and so
sure.
I don't know, we're kind of maybe primed to just you know blame women or girls or judge them a little bit harsher, I think. So do I hate her? No. Do I think she needs to kind of really heal and maybe also like change her behavior? Yeah, I do.
Do you think we'll see her in the next two books? Because I kind
Hmm.
of forgot what happened to her at the end.
She
She
was
got,
about to
I
marry
yeah,
Tiberius.
Yeah,
Tiberius, and then they
Tiberius.
caught her, and like what? She's
she
in
was
jail now?
prisoned. Yeah,
Yes, I
Mm,
think. I'm not sure.
I think so.
I'm not really sure, but I'm not even that curious to see her like or her kind of development, because she's not that interesting as an interest character for me. Like, it's
But she
not.
has magic.
She has magic.
I mean, she cursed, not cursed, but like she was creating potions.
Yeah, she's
Right,
talented
right.
with potions.
Yeah, but
So I
there are a
think
lot
there's
of
potential.
fairies.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
don't need her.
That's fair enough.
I mean, we can
Also,
meet. Actually, I would like to know more about Apollo. Yeah, I would
Mm,
like to know him better,
oh,
because we don't know anything
yeah,
about him.
and he's not dead.
He's kind of
no,
that
no,
Okay.
actually, he's
in the between, in the two
yes,
words,
he's
between the
in a
two
He's
words.
coma.
frozen. Hibernation.
Yeah.
Interesting. Speaking of potions, can we just quickly talk about the apples in the book? And I think they're very much connected with love and with Jax. Because I remember at a certain point when Evangeline and Marisol arrive at the north, and they see all of these like little colorful dragons roasting apples, right? And
Yes.
so in the book, it is explained that these dragon roasted apples are supposed to taste, I believe, like true love. And then when Evangeline tries one, she says, like, she's reminded of Jax. And also, Jax is always eating apples.
Mm.
So, does this mean something?
There is a connection.
Mm.
I agree.
Maybe
Mm.
there is something going on there.
Yeah, definitely.
But actually, I didn't get why Jax is always eating apples. Like all day long, he has an apple in his hand. Like at
I
some
have a
point,
theory.
really? What is it?
Okay, so so these apples are supposed to like taste as your true love. And he's cursed to be constantly looking for his true love. And when he finds
Mhm.
them, he wants to stay with them, right?
Mhm.
So it makes sense that he's kind of, I mean, I don't want to say addicted to these apples, but he's constantly looking for his true love, and so he's naturally like eating something that tastes like true love.
But wait, he was already eating apples when they were in the. I forgot the realm.
Chapel?
No, no,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh.
in the chapel and in the other realm before going to the
Mm-hmm.
Magnificent North. So those
Mm-hmm.
apples weren't like enchanted. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Oh, oh, that's right, because
Mm.
magic doesn't work the
mm,
same in the two
yes.
worlds. Hmm. Well, that's Stephanie Garber needs to explain that to us.
I don't
Maybe
know
I
she's
if
want to
gonna do
she
know.
it.
mentioned it in Caraval. I don't think she did.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. Also, what's with the bleeding? I mean, like every time he bites an apple, a trickle of blood runs down his chin, which
Yeah.
is kind of
Maybe you should just
weird.
check his
Maybe
gum. I
it's
mean,
the magic.
No,
Well, they're
Emma.
supposed to help with that. um, how about maybe it's like a metaphor for his heart? Like his heart is bleeding because he cannot, like he's cursed not to experience for the time being true love. And so when he's reminded of what true love tastes, he's kind of like sad and his heart is bleeding. Or he's
oh,
or his blood is also magical, so maybe that's like a metaphor of the apple being magical as well. And maybe it's from the north. Maybe he has like a secret
it
bag
could
of
be.
apples from the north.
Or
Mm.
maybe you have better ideas than the author. Can be. Can you imagine it?
We need to write a fanfic.
Can
Yeah,
you imagine at the end
definitely.
of the book, Stephanie will say, "Oh no, it was just an apple." Actually, it was not that deep.
Just to be a
Mm,
little bit dramatic.
might
Yeah.
be, might be. But that's also kind of sexy in a way. I don't know.
Oops.
Oh, I'm very curious, speaking of characters, to learn more of the other fates, because I think we only met four. So we have Jax, we have Lala, we have Chaos, and Poison. But we
Yes, I
have
really.
Yeah.
16.
Mm, yes, yes. I'd really like to know
I
more
read
about Poison because I don't know, he looked
Yes.
interesting. He
same,
looked
Yeah.
kind of
same.
nice also, which is
Yes.
rare
Yeah.
for a fade, if I understood correctly. So,
Mm.
Mhm. Mhm.
It looks like a really nice side character, actually.
mm,
Yeah. Agreed. I'm also wondering, like I don't know. I kind of think so. I have this other theory that Evangeline, what if she's also fate? Because I mean,
Yeah.
her parents, they always like talked about finding her, right? Not really like her being born on this day. Like
mhm.
they were always saying finding her. She's also part of the story or legend of the fox. And
The
was it the
prophecy. I don't,
yeah.
and it's actually, do you think
Yeah.
she's part of the prophet of the,
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's kind of a theory of mine. I kind of love that
yeah,
because it's a
like the
fox.
archer and the fox? Mm-hmm.
Yes, and she's called Fox, and Jax always calls her like little fox or something.
That's so cute, by the
Yeah.
I
way. I
know.
love it when he calls
I
her like
mean.
this.
Same, same. Uh, so I mean, and her mom is from the north, so
Mm,
they probably found her in the north, which is I don't know if it's where fates come from, but it might be. I mean,
yeah,
I
it
don't
could
know.
be. For me, 100% she has magic.
Mm,
Mm.
Yeah.
Or she's also oh maybe no, maybe I was wrong because I also have a feeling she's a descendant of the
the
like the royal
yes, I
family
forgot
from
her
the
name.
north.
Forgot the
Val
name of the
something?
royal.
No. I don't
Valoris,
remember.
Valor, some the Val.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something like that. Because they were the only
Valor, something
ones
like that.
like with their magic, they created the doors, right?
Portal. Mm.
The
Yes.
portals, and she can talk to the portals, and the portals talk to her.
Mm.
So there is definitely more to that as well.
I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
that part, by the way. Like, I
Mm.
really like the prophecy trope. Even though I
Yeah,
haven't read many stories involving it, but still, I was very excited to see it in Once Upon a Broken Heart.
same.
Like, and the prophecy is also really original because, like, not everyone is sure what is it exactly. Like, they have all kind of
Yes.
speculations and theories, but it's not so clear.
Mm-mm.
So
Mhm.
I can't wait to have more details about it in the
Mhm.
upcoming books.
Same, same.
Same. Same.
And girls, I have one question for you. Do you think that Apollo was just pretending because he was under like um a spell, or it was him 100% all the time? Like, do you think that Apollo, when he's gonna be alive again, is gonna love Evangeline or not?
Mm-mm. I don't think so. When she met him first, he was kind of all sassy
And
and like
different. Mm.
snobbish as
But
well.
then
Like,
Jax told her that there was no spell on him.
uh,
No, he told her actually that her kisses weren't illegal
yes,
because I forgot actually what he told her. But yeah,
like
anyway, her kisses weren't deadly.
they weren't. Yeah, there was no magic in the kisses. It was him using his magic to influence Apollo's
Yeah.
behavior. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Mm, okay.
Also, also, can we talk about when she met Apollo for the first time and he told her that Jax kept telling him that she was very beautiful. And I mean, we know he's saying that because he has his own agenda, but is he really? Like, I'm not so sure.
I think he has a crush on her. He definitely has a crush on
Yes.
her
Yeah.
by the end of the book.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Mm-mm.
inevitable.
And maybe I don't know if he has like feelings for her, but I think he is in denial for sure of
It's in
like
denial, right?
their relationship, or like, yes, he's in denial for sure, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. He's not accepting that he could actually like or love shock someone.
Mm, mm-mm. But maybe he
Hmm.
will.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think
But
so
maybe
Uh,
he's
too.
also afraid. Because I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
To be
Um,
hurt.
yes, for sure. I also, since we mentioned like tropes, I loved the forced proximity part of the
Yeah.
book.
Oh my
Mm.
god.
I wasn't expecting that because it's such a sweet story and everything, but also like it worked. Like so for context, she after she married Apollo, she was like poisoned, right, with Lala's tears.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Um and so eventually like these tears could uh, bring you to death, right, if you don't stop
Yes.
crying.
Mhm.
Dehydration. um or
Extreme
Drink your
one.
water, girls.
yeah. And so Jax comes, actually he does come to her rescue, which is cute. We also know he has his plan, so I mean it's cute, but also like
Calculated.
calculated. Yeah, thank
But
you.
it is calculated.
It is. I think it is.
Yes.
Question mark.
Unfortunately. But doesn't mean he doesn't like have feelings necessarily. Like, as we said, he might be on denial about that. So he brings actually Evangeline to Lala's place to kind of find a cure, right?
Yes. Mhm.
And the book says that she needs, or Lala says she needs like close contact with someone else for like 24 hours, I believe, or something. And I
Mm.
was like, ooh, perfect. This is what I want to read.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of that, let me check my quotes because okay, I saved a quote from that part of the book because I was in love. So it goes like he held onto her as if she were a grudge, his body rigid and tense, as if he really didn't want her there, and yet his arms were tight around her waist as though he had no intention of ever letting her go.
My heart.
Yes, no words needed.
I mean, should we
This
add
is
something
something.
else? I don't think so.
There's
Not
nothing to be
necessary.
added, actually.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Favorite book, Almost Boyfriend.
Ah.
um, I'm also, speaking of like side characters, very curious, and I hope we hear more about Evangeline's mom. I think there is
Mm.
such a mystery around her. Like, what was she doing in the north? Why, like, who is she? Why are her parents dead? And I kind of love her already because she raised Evangeline on the fairy tales from the north and really like have, she made Evangeline believe in happily ever afters and love at first sight. And really like, I think Evangeline's positivity and like faithful attitude, a lot of it is thanks to her mom and probably her dad also. So I'm like really, really curious to know more of her.
Yeah, she seems a really interesting character,
Mm,
actually.
very wise as well.
For me, I also really liked all the Magnificent North myths and all the mystic
Mm,
stories to the point that I'd really love to read a book dedicated to this. Like, for example, we had the original oddities like the fountain pen for finding dreams that don't exist yet. I
Oh,
need that pen,
yes.
by the way. Like, I really need that pen.
Yes, me too.
Also, the Fortuna fantastically flavored water, like the water bottles for luck,
Mm.
curiosity, gratitude, and so on, which is also a really good concept. It kind of made me think of the Felix Felicis potion in Harry Potter.
Yeah,
But
same.
yeah, I think it would be so cool if Stephanie Garber writes a collection of short stories about this, just like J.K. Rowling
Mm.
did with the Tales of Beetle the Bard. Would be really, really cool.
Yes, I would read that 100%.
Me too.
Okay, girls, there was something that you didn't like about it, about this book, because for me was love triangles, of course, because like we have Apollo, and then we have Jack, and then we have Luke. There is a lot going on, and I don't like love triangles. What
Mm.
about you? What did you like the least from this book?
Huh,
Mm,
that's a good question. Trying to find it.
Actually, for me, I think it's more like a trait of character of Evangeline. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like her, but sometimes she's just so naive. Like,
Mm.
sure, she's so innocent and she sees the good in everyone, but dude, at some point it just becomes absurd. I mean, for example, all the gifts Prince Apollo gave her, like the jewelry, the horses, the
Mm.
dresses, the tattoo, even, and
The
she's
tattoo.
just she's just suspecting that it might be a curse. Like, I mean, come on, he can just fall head over heels for her like that.
Yeah.
Um,
But she's kind of in denial as well, isn't she? Like, she has the doubt at a certain point, but she doesn't really want to believe it because she's really looking to just to be loved by someone, I think.
I don't know. Also, she wants to get married at all costs. I think that's
Mm.
what made her blind. Like, she doesn't even know Prince Apollo. She never heard of him. She never even
Mm.
saw him before, but wanted to marry him right away, like
Yeah.
right after Donatella
Mm.
told her about the balls and everything. I mean, come on. It's a bit wake up.
Yeah, I agree. But also I think
True.
that part really makes her character development so interesting because she starts off as being very naive, as as you said, like she really, really believes in a happy ending and in the good in people, which turns out not always to be accurate. And so, from being betrayed by Marisol, her stepmom's also like meanness, and also discovering like what Jax, the Prince of Hearts, really had in mind. Like he was rescuing her, sure, but he was also like just pursuing his own agenda and essentially he was using her. Um, so by having all of these different experiences throughout the book, I think she really, really changes by the end of it. Like she's still very positive, but at the beginning she saw, the possibility of there being so many different endings as the possibility of having a happily ever after period. So she was very, very faithful in that. Towards the end of the book, I feel like she saw it as the possibility of it all going wrong and of being disappointed. And so she kind of evolves from that standpoint, which I think is really interesting because it's so different from the stereotypical fairy tales where you have a character and they stay the same, like their mindset is the same throughout the whole book. She really evolves, and so yeah, I think that in my opinion kind of excuses her uh, being naive at the beginning of the book, but that's true. She really, really was. But it was also cute.
Yeah,
True.
but I really hope
Mm.
she wakes up a little bit in book 2 and 3
Oh,
because,
yeah.
like,
I really think that we're gonna see a different kind of Evangeline at the beginning of like books too. and throughout the whole book.
She's really mad.
Yeah.
Isn't she?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts, girls, on so at the end of the book, Evangeline says she wants to open a door, but I couldn't figure out like which door do you think that is?
Actually, do you think it was Evangeline who wanted to open it, or was it like the door opened or something?
Oh,
I think
It was the
they didn't.
portal.
Yes, it was a portal
yes.
that cracked or something like that. They didn't mention if someone opened it. Okay. Or so I think they didn't. Not sure.
I think
I
only
have no
Evangeline
idea.
can open it, right? I mean,
Mhm.
from the prophecy.
That's what we know, but maybe like there's
But
something else or someone else.
it does say that there is this door, its hinges creaked, so it is opening. But in the second to last chapter, so when Evangeline is really like super mad at Jax, it also says so. Jax was not her friend, but he'd taught her that she could open any door she wanted, and Evangeline knew exactly which door she needed to open next. So it gives her agency over this, but at the same time, then it's so we have like two lines talking about a door opening, not necessarily because Evangeline did open it, but
Maybe they're two different doors.
yeah, might be. Oh, I'm so curious. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
I really couldn't.
Me neither.
By the way, I love the fact that Jack and Evangeline can communicate through their minds. Like,
yes.
that's so
Yes.
intimate and
cool.
so
Yes.
special. Oh,
That's so fated mates, honestly.
yeah.
And also another thing that really reminds me of fated mates like dynamics is that when they are at Chaos's palace, Evangeline says that Jax's gaze works like an antidote to vampire lure. So like to vampire attraction. I mean,
Because I don't know if it's because his gaze is supposed to be so cold and detached, or if
oh yeah.
it's because it soothes her and calms her.
Mhm.
It's not specified yet. Oh.
It's giving me like mates vibes. Even if we don't I don't think we have mates in this book or in this world, but
I don't think
it's so
so.
cute.
Mm.
I also have like a couple of remarks on their relationship, and I want to hear your thoughts on this because I cannot figure out how the story is going to end for them, like the love story, which is, I guess, kind of the point of the whole book because there can be so many different endings, right, to the story. But so we already talked about how the apples are supposed to taste as your true love, and to Evangeline, they taste like Jack's. We don't know how they taste to Jack's, but I mean, I have my own speculations on that. But yeah, so apples, true love, and Jack's. And then when she enters the chapel, again, like the chapel is supposed to smell like heartbreak, your greatest heartbreak. And Evangeline notices, and I loved this part, it didn't smell like Luke, thanks God. I mean, well, technically,
Thank
like,
you.
I don't know if I want to be happy about this because it actually smells like Jack's. Like she says, it smells like apples and blood, which is what she associates
Yes.
with Jack's kisses. So I'm kind of like, he could be her true love, he could also be her greatest heartbreak. And I also love this quote, which I think could bring the two elements together. Just because he was cursed didn't mean their story had to be cursed. And at this point, Evangeline is actually thinking about Apollo, not Jax. But I'm wondering if this could be true for her and Jax. So what do you think?
Could be, but
Wow.
in my opinion, maybe they're going to face a heartbreak, but then they're going to get back together somehow.
I've read some reviews, like some rambling spoilers, that they were not satisfied by the end of the third book because it was like everything was like left
Open,
What
like
do
an
you
open
mean
ending?
left?
Yeah, left to open.
No,
Yeah,
because yeah,
No,
that
that would
makes
be
sense,
so
but
uncool.
I know. I didn't want to go deeper because it was just too much.
oh, is
But
it
it was.
going to be like Adila Rue?
I hope
I don't
Open
think
ending?
so. I don't think so. Also, it would be so unfair to Jax, like the poor little thing having his heart broken 2 times in a row.
My
What the
heart is
fuck?
broken now.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe they meant something else when they said that.
Hmm,
Mm,
I hope
Maybe
so.
it's related to the prophecy thing. I don't know. And not
no,
to
it
the
was
love
about them.
story.
No, it
Oh,
was
well.
about because everyone is just so hooked by that. So
Oh
they were like,
no.
it was a
No.
TikTok video, so they were like
Mhm.
the two of them, and people in the comment were like, "Oh my god, I'm so disappointed by the ending because like why we deserve a different ending." I was like, please stop
Okay.
writing, okay?
These comments need to come with a spoiler alert, to be
Yeah,
honest.
exactly. I
I
thought
need
it
to
was
be
about
better
the
at
first
that, but
book.
yes, I it would have been better 100%. But if it's like if the series ends with an open ending, I already know like which ending I will choose in my mind. um, oh, well, I guess to figure that out, we need to just finish the series.
Yeah, as
I
soon
like
as
the idea.
possible.
True.
Um, if you are listening, let us know what you think Jax and Evangeline's story will look like in the next books. No spoilers, please, but if it's like
Yeah.
speculations or your feelings about it, please let us know down below in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
So, last but not least, we have some few little quotes about our dear Jax, who are all sassy and cunning. So, brace yourself. The first quote goes as he looked bored and rich and cruel. He looked like a bad decision some unfortunate person was about to make. I mean,
Love that.
it's
It's
already
funny.
setting the morally gray characters vibe. I mean,
It's
we
promising.
love that. The second quote is she'd seen Jax from far away, but this close was different. He was 1,000 cuts happening all at once. Devastation made of hair as blue as dark ocean waves, and lips sharp as cracked glass that would delightedly cut her.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah,
So
100%.
spicy and sexy.
Plus, it's so Taylor Swift. It's that
Yes,
5,000 cuts.
true.
Leave this forever.
And last one is he tasted like lust and night and something lost that should have stayed that way.
Oh, we love this.
I love when they say it smell
Oh,
like nights and oh my
Mm.
gosh.
yeah, 100%. I have a doubt, actually. Did Evangeline, does she still have one kiss to give, or did she?
Yeah, I have a spoiler about it. Do you want to hear
No,
it?
No, 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 no,
no.
no, no. No.
Okay. I
Thank
should.
you, but no.
It's because of
How did
TikTok,
you?
you know.
Oh no.
Because I thought it was a video
Oh
about the first video because they were like Evangeline and Jack. And it was like, oh wow, these fan art are amazing. Let me check the comments.
no.
That's
Oh,
that's the one thing they should not do it.
I
Yeah.
know the feeling. The other day I told Mara this. So the other day was on TikTok, and yeah, I found like a meme TikTok of Throne of Glass, which I'm still like in the middle of reading. Um, and I'm not going to give the spoiler because I still hope that it's not what I think it is. But so essentially, I was reading the comments, as you said, Elena. Like you're always tempted to read those tempt comments, and then I find someone with no warning, talking about like a character dying. And it was like, this is an important character, which I
Excuse
also
me?
liked. So I hope I got it wrong, because they were not like, they weren't explicitly saying they died, but the TikTok they commented was like talking about a character dying in, no, I think maybe it was another book, but anyways, so it was talking about a character, beloved character dying. And then they mentioned this other character with a lot of tears from Throne of Glass, and it was like, I am
And now
crying
you are in
now.
denial.
I am in denial. I really am. So yeah, just friendly reminder from your book besties to check comments on TikTok at your own risk.
I will never do it again.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not true, actually. I'm gonna do
That's
it.
what I was going
But-
to say.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. So I guess this is probably all for this episode, right? Before we go,
Yay.
just a quick reminder that you can find the details of the book Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber in the description of the episode, and of any other books we mentioned, I guess. I'm not sure how many we mentioned in this episode, but you can always, in all episodes, find everything in the description down below. Yeah.
It's a
See
wrap,
you next
folks.
week. Yay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning into Chapter Chat and Chill.
If you loved this episode, make sure you give it a 5-star rating, thumbs up, and comment below what you want to hear next.
To stay connected in between episodes, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Chapter Chats and Chill.